Friends, the website today we are going to create is this. It is completely based on HTML5 and it is responsive. See, whenever I shrink the size, it will shrink each and every content of it. Say it is for tablet, or say if we are browsing it in mobile. So it's a complete responsive website. So now I have already opened up Adobe Dreamweaver CS6. Now I am opening. Let me convert the doc type to be HTML5. Let me first save up the file. This is my local folder for this website. I have already saved up some images inside it. So I am saving this HTML file also inside it. Let me give a title. First, let me create a CSS file. New CSS create. Let me save it up in my local folder. Let me save it with the name of normal.css. As we are going to create 3 CSS files. First, let me have it for normal window. So normal.css. Let me attach this file to my HTML document. Simply I am just giving right click in the head section inside CSS style, attach style sheet. I am browsing my file normal.css. Okay. So normal.css is now linked up. Now notice here guys. Now this might be something new for you. Just to make the browser responsive, we have to specify like this: meta name, viewport. Now content is equal to width is equal to device dash width. Now comma, initial scale is equal to 1.0. So at the initial stage, we are saying our browser that it has to behave responsive. Now, let me insert a div class. Let me have container. Now we are going to wrap each and everything inside our div container. Let me have a split view. Now we will have tag header. Header is a standard HTML5 tag. Now let me have first some CSS rules. Let me make a star rule first. Margin 0, padding 0. So it will remove all the default margin and padding for the CSS we are going to apply. Let me apply rules for body. Body, margin 0, padding 0. It will remove browser's default margin. Now let me have font family, Platino linotype. Let me have background color to be corn silk. Now header, comma, section, comma, footer, comma, site, comma, article, comma, figure. These all are the HTML5 tags which we are going to use. We are making a rule display block for all this element. Although all these elements behave as a block itself, but we are doing it for the older browsers which may not support this HTML5 tags. So for each and every browser we are specifying display block for all these tags. Now let me have rule for container, the class recently we applied. Max width 1000 pixels. Margin, let me have auto. Now background color, let me have white. Now let me give height to be 1500 pixels. Later on I am gonna remove this height, but to make it visible, let me have it for now as we want to set it to auto. Just let me have my layout first design. Now let me have some CSS for header. Now it's a tag in new HTML5, so I'm not specifying any hash or dot before it. Let me have width to be 100%. Let me have height to be 100 pixels. Now let me have background image to be, let me browse the image, this one. Let me preview in a browser. Okay. Now let me have logo inside header. Let me use the tag figure. It's an image, so we can use figure tag, a new HTML5 tag. Let me have a class of logo. We are going to define it soon. As we are going to use this figure tag again, so I'm applying class to it rather than giving CSS to figure tag directly. Let me have image of logo. Say this one. Let me close this figure tag. Now let me define logo class dot logo . float left. See, now I have to apply width and height to my logo. In HTML5, directly I cannot apply width and height to my logo. As if I will do it like this, the things will react. But actually this is banned in HTML5. It is obsolete. If we will go and have validity test, which we will later have it will result in errors. So we have to apply CSS to it. It will give us an error that you cannot use attribute width and height along with img. Or the same is with the div also. So let me again remove it. Let me have inline style for it. So I'm using inline style for it. Width, let me have it of say 200. Height, let me have it of 100. Or say, let me have width of 150. Or 130. Yeah, it's fine. See, now one more thing guys, here I cannot write pixel here, as this is also banned in HTML5. Directly we have to write digit. The thing's gonna work properly if we will specify in such manner. But when we go and have validity test, these things are going to create errors, as I have already tested it. In the end of our website, we will go and have standard validity test for HTML5. Now, let me have social icons. Div ID social icons. Let me close social icons div. Or let me insert some images inside it. First image, let me have a Facebook. Second image, let me have of LinkedIn. Now, third image, let me have of Twitter. Now, let me reset the classic. Now, let me apply some CSS to my social icons. As it's an ID, so I'm using hash. I want them to float, right, and margin from the top to be 5%. Let me have the class to be social icons. As in the code we have icons. Now let me save the document and let's preview. So we have now our header ready. Now we will insert banner. After header, let's have it div ID banner. Let me have comment end of div banner. I have already saved this comments in my snippets. Let me browse the image inside banner. See this one. Okay. Now let me use inline style to specify the width. Say I want width of 100%. Now let me have height of 200 pixels. Let me have height of 200. Let's preview. Okay. Let me have height to be 250 pixels. So far so good. Now we will have our menu bar. So we will use the nav tag. Have it the class of menu bar 1. Let me close nav. We will have our menu bar through unordered list. If you want to have detailed explanation how to create a menu bar using unordered list, you can watch my earlier tutorial on it. So let me insert list items. href. Right now I am using hash. Later on you can give the link. Let me close this anchor tag. Let me close this li tag. And let me copy and paste it up for several times. About us, products, services, contact. So let's preview in a browser. So this is the menu bar. We are going to have it very soon. Let's apply some CSS to it. As menu bar 1 is a class, we are going to apply all the CSS on it. Menu bar 1. Let me have height to be 42 pixels. Now let me have the background color to be black. Now Let me have text align to be center. Now menu bar UL. Let me have list style to be none. So the image of disk will be removed. Now let me have menu bar. Here menu bar 1, menu bar 1, UL, align. Now I am going to apply CSS for my anchor tag items. I want float to be left as they are in list. I want them to be in a single line. Text decoration, I want none. I don't want to underline below them, so text decoration none. Font color I want to be in white. So, padding, let me have 0 pixels from the top and 40 pixels from the left right. Let me have text align to be center. Let me give height to be 42 pixel, line height of 42 pixel, so that it will make my text vertically center. I have explained each and everything in detail in my earlier tutorial. Menu bar based on unordered list. Now let me have background color hash 094658. Now border radius of 5 pixels. Now let the font weight to be bold. I should have write dot over here. And let me remove this semicolon. Typing error. Let me save and let me preview. So far, so good. Now let me have hover class that are called as pseudo class. Menu bar UL li a hover. It means when I will hover my anchor tags, how they are going to appear. Now I want the background color to be dark cyan, border radius, let me have 5 pixels, color let me have light blue. Save up the document and let's preview now. So far so good. Now let me apply a class active so that when we will be on the home page, the active class will be applied on the home page. Menu bar 1 li dot active. Let me have the very same properties which I have for hover. Let me apply this class on home. And let's preview the document. So home page is active now. It indicates we are on the home page now. Now our web menu bar is complete. Now we will go for the content of the document. So now let's have tag article, another HTML5 tag, class is equal to content. Let me close this article. Now let me define this content class. Width, I want it to be 560 pixels. Padding, I want to be 20 pixels. I want it to be float left. Let me also make a class sidebar 1. Padding, let me have again 20 pixels. Float left. See, I have made two classes, content and sidebar 1, as our website is in two parts, left sidebar and right sidebar. So the content will be on the left side and the sidebar will be on the right side. They both will be toward each other. The total sum up for 560 pixels, 360 pixels and padding from both the sides is the sum of container. The width we are giving to container. Or say container is divided in two parts, content and sidebar 1. Now inside this, let me have a section. Section is another tag. Instead of div, we can use section. Although divs are not banned in HTML5 as they are essential for alignment purpose. So let me insert a section. Let me apply class to it, justify. I will have this class later on. Let me have some lorem ipsum for the text. Copy and paste it over here. let me have justify class. Justify. As we will use this class again and again, so let's make a class once. Let me preview in a browser. So far, so good. Now let me have image. For that, let me have a figure tag. Now let me have my image. Let me browse. This is the image. Again, I am using inline style. With 100%. And notice guys, here it is compulsory in HTML5 to have the alt tag with img tag. So for now, I'm leaving it empty. So we have our image now. Let me insert a line break. Now I want to have a caption in my image. So let me have a fake caption. Meeting with client. H3. Let's preview in the browser. So far so good. Now let me have another section. Again let me have lorem ipsum. So far so good. Insert a line break after the image. Now we have done with our article tag. Let me again have div class, that is sidebar 1. Now let me have h3 tag, our portfolio, as there are some links we are going to have. Now again we will have our navigation list. Let me have name class menu bar 2. Now let me have UL tag unordered list. Now let me have the list item. say link 1. Now href hash for now. Let me close this anchor tag. Cool. Let me copy and paste it up several times. So far so good. Now let me define this unordered list. Let's come to our CSS. Dot menu bar to UL list style to be none, width let me have 360 pixels, background let me have color to be, let me have dark and now let me copy it and paste it again. Now to li, that is our list item, let me have border of 1 pixels, solid black. Padding let me have 5 pixels. Now we will have CSS for our anchor tag, that is for the links. And let me copy it, let me paste it. Now for A, simply I want the color of text to be white. Now let's save up the document and preview. So far so good. Now in the source code, let us go to source code again. Now we have our navigation list complete. Now aside, it is a sidebar, we can use a side tag. Now aside class justify. Now again let me have some lorem ipsum. Simply I will copy and paste it from the above. And let me save up the document and let's preview. So far so good. Let me have few line breaks. Here unnecessary, I have some empty space, so let me remove it. Now I want the line breaks after my nav tag, before my aside tag. Now, as I have told you, I will remove the height from my container. And it was just for the alignment purpose and just for to be visible. I have just removed it. So now let me copy and paste this section again. Let me have a BR tag between these two sections. Now let me close the div of sidebar 1. I should have closed it earlier. Let's have up our document. Let's preview. So far so good. Now let us insert footer. Again, footer is a standard HTML5 tag. Let me have div inside it. Let me have inline style of float right. Text I am going to have in right side. Let me close this div. Let me have the text developed and designed by Ritu Sachdev. My name. Now let me go to CSS file. Let me have CSS for my footer. Let me have clear both, as I have to clear the float property which I have given earlier in content and sidebar 1. Now height, say I want it 40 pixels. Background image, let me browse the image. Now font color I want to be white. Width I want it to be 100%. So let's save up the document and let's preview. We also have now our footer. Now friends, as I have told you, with img tag we must use alt tag. Here I have skipped it few times. See, with my logo I have not used alt tag, and here with my social icons I have not used alt tag. So let's have first validity test. We will check whether it shows errors or not. Simply we will go to File, Validate current document W3C. Click OK. So see, here it is showing me error that an image element must have an alt attribute. These are the 4 errors, and that are for these our social icon and for our logo. So let's rectify it. Alt, then for my social icons also alt. Now let's save up the document. Now let's again have validity test. It is sending our document to W3 service. Yippee! See, now we have message, no errors, no warning found. So this is our website is completed with HTML5 standard. Now the next step we will have it make this website responsive. So for that we have to play with its CSS file. We have to apply some CSS3 property of media query. So now we will go for it. Now to make it responsive, we will link up another CSS file. As I have told you, we will link up 3 files. So let me copy and paste again. Now let me change the name to medium.css. Let me create this. Simply I will make copy of normal.css. Save as medium.css. I'll click save. So now I have the same code as of normal.css inside medium.css. Just I will change few of its CSS to make it responsive. The very first line I should have is, for the media query, I should have is media screen and max width 720 pixels. Say height of tablet. Let me close this media query. Now we will make the necessary changes. Let me change the menu bar first. I want the height to be 200 pixels. Width I want it 80%. I want to get rid of this background color. I don't want to have float left. Let me make it none. I don't want them float left to each other now. I want them to be in list now. I want them to display in block now. I want the width to be 100%. Let's save up the document and let's preview. See now when I'm going to shrink it now, I'll have my menu bar. No more float left to each other. Now I have to work with my content area and sidebar 1. We can see it's not behaving responsive. So let's go to our CSS file. Let me remove the float property first. Here I also don't want them to float left to each other. Let me have the width to be 450 pixels now, and for sidebar 400 pixels. Let me save the document. Let's preview now. See now, our content area is also responsive now. So this is how we have to make the adjustments. Our footer is already responsive as we have given the width of 100%. Our header is also responsive This image we have chosen is also responsive. So we are done for tablet now. Now let's do it for mobile. That is, if we will shrink it more. See, it is no more now responsive. So let us work for mobile device. So now let me again save this medium.css to save as for small. Now let me go to my source code. Let me copy this link tag again. Let me paste, and now let me change medium to small.css. Now for this, let me have width of my menu bar to be 50%. Now let's save and preview. So let me have it to 70%. Let's save up the document. Let's refresh. Yeah, 70 looks fine to me. Now for content area, let me have width to be 400 pixels, and here let me have 350 pixels. Now let's preview. So now we have responsive for mobile device also. This is just, I have given you idea how to work with this. You may increase the menu bar size more if you want. You may make it, say you make it 78%. Let's save. Now let me refresh. So playing with CSS is totally up to you according to the devices. See, this is for normal screen. This is, I have it for tablet. This is, I have it for my mobile. So this is how media query works. So this is done, friends, and if you want to learn these subjects directly from me, do contact me, do subscribe to me. Have a good day.